Hi friends, welcome back and welcome to my channel Tech Krish or GAG Agra. So in the sequence of user-defined functions in Python, today I am going to tell you that we can return multiple statements from a user-defined function, and we can also pass a list as the reference, because the arguments within user-defined function can be value parameter or the reference parameters. So over here, if we use the list, then it will be passed as reference parameter, and when you pass any integer or immutable, that is passed as the value parameter. So let's move to our presentation. So here you see function with return value. This I discussed in my last video also. So if I use the return statement in user defined function, this will return a value whatever function is returning. Suppose I pass the value, say 5. So when I pass the value 5, then the function, user defined function, that red value will return num into num, means 25 to this place, and this value will move to rest variable, and finally it will print the output. So this is the function of return statement in function. So over here I am going to, my stress is on the multiple values from the function. How can a function return the multiple values at a time? So let's see. A function can return multiple values from a function. As we have the multiple values to be returned, only then you can apply multiple values to be returned. So a function can return multiple values using the return function, and this allows the function to send back a result for the further computation. So let's see. So over here, if you see, there is a program, there is a function which will receive a number, and this function after execution will return two values. So the objective of this function is to count number of digits of the number and reverse the number. So see here, if you see sum is initialized to 0, this is the accumulator which will store total number. It will store total number of the sum of the digits, and num2 is the function, is the variable which will store the reverse of the integer passed. Okay, and from here, when you say from this place, I am going to call the function return multiple values. So sum comma num2, because there are two variables, or rather two identifiers, which will receive two values, and this should match with the return statement of the user defined function. So see here there are two parameters, sum and num2, so it will return two values. So one will move to sum and the reverse value will move to num2. But from here I am passing only one integer, that is 5236, and when I print the sum and num2, sum will print the sum of the digits, means 5 plus 2 plus 3 plus 6, that is 7 plus 3 10 plus 6 16, and the reverse value, that is 6325. Okay, so let's see. So as I discussed or told you that now we are moving towards collab. Here I'll show you. So this is the function, the same function which I showed in my slide, that sum is equal to 0, num2 is equal to 0, while num is not equal to 0, and digit is equal to num modulo 10. So it will segregate the digits from, it will separate the digit from the unit place, and whichever digit is segregated, it is summed up with some identifier, and num2 is equal to num2 into 10 plus digit. So whichever digit is segregated, and the num2 variable, whichever value num2 purchase, it is multiplied by 10, and the segregated value is added to this, and this way we can say the last unit value will be multiplied by 10, and the unit value will be added to the digit. And initially num2 is 0, so 0 plus 0 into 10 is 0 plus the unit value of num. So this will start reversing the number, and this statement num floor division 10 will segregate the integer part of the quotient, and finally it will return the sum, means sum of the digits, and num2, that is the reverse value of the number. So if I apply sum num2 is equal to return multiple values, this is function call 5236. So when I say print sum and num2, it will print the sum of the digit and reversed value. So see here, so the sum of the digits is 16, and the reversed value is, let's zoom in, so 6325, it is the reversed value, as the number was 5236, and the reverse value will be 6325. Okay, now the next example I'm going to show you about the list. Since this list is, we can take another example also. So this is 10 and 4 3 2 1. Now this is the next example, when we pass the list as parameter. So passing list a parameter. Passing list a parameter to a user defined function is called sending an object by reference or by assignment, because whatever value means the reference value which we pass to user defined function, and if any change in the object takes place, this change will be reflected in the function main, means the place where we called the function from. So let's see the example. And suppose here I'm going to create a function that is modify list, and I am passing a list, and the value of list is, values in the list are 1 comma 2 comma 3, at this is shown here, and from this place before function call, so it will show you 1 2 3 in the list, and when I call modify list with the list, so it will move to modify list, and here what will happen, you have to find out or look into. So l dot append 4, so the old values of list were 1 2 3, and when you say append, so the next value is appended to the bottom of the list. And since the list values are indexed, means the index begins from 0 1 2 and so on. So when you say L0, means the first value of the list will be updated as 100, whatever value was there in the list, but that value will be updated and modified as 0 value will be updated by 100. Okay, so what should be the output? Let's see. Working off this function, to see here, modify list function takes input as list L, which of course by reference from the main a list with the values 1 2 3 is passed, and in the function it is changed, and in the main the changed version is reflected, means the modified values will be reflected in the function main. So let's move to collab. I'll show you there also. the running state of the program of the function. So see here, this is the function, the same function which I showed in the slide, the same I pasted here. And when I run this code, you will observe the output. So initially the values were 5, 1, 1, 2, 3, and after function call, a value is the value 4 is appended, and index 0 value is updated. So see here, before function call the values are 1, 2, 3, and after function call the zeroth index value turns to 100 or changed, and the last value is appended, that is 4. So this is how we can say, when we pass a list to the function, so whatever changes we make in the user defined function, those changes will be reflected in the function main, or the place where we called the function from. And if I change the value again, suppose I append another value like 10 and change the value of 0 index, when I run this program, it will show you 200, 2, 3, and last value appended is 10. Okay, so this is how I can show you the list passing, or how we can pass a list to a function. So hope you understood the multiple values return and the call by reference, or list passing to a user defined function as reference. So hope you understood, and if you understood, kindly share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, kindly subscribe it, so that, and press the bell icon also, so that you get the notification as and when the new video is created. So we'll meet in the next video with some other concept and scenario. Till then, bye bye.